Hello again. Thanks for joining us in this beautiful mixed woodland. I'm up in Warwickshire at the minute. It's coming up to lunchtime, so I'm going to cook myself some lunch. I'm going to be using the mini Trangia today. I'm going to be cooking one of my favourites. It's going to be pork and chorizo burgers. I'm also going to make some caramelised onions to go on top and serve it up with a slice of brie. So yeah, I'm getting hungry, so let's get started. Right, making your own burgers is pretty easy. I'm just going to be using a ground pork or pork mince today. Yeah, and I'm going to chop up some chorizo to put with that. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got to work with. Right, so that's the main ingredient. I've got some pork mince or ground pork. To that, I'm going to finely chop up some Spanish chorizo and just a little bit of seasoning, some salt and pepper to go with that. Before I prepare that though, I'm going to work on some onion chutney. Right, so ingredients for the onion chutney. I've got some red onion. I'm going to grate up some apple in there as well. That'll add a bit of sweetness, a bit of acidity. And if I need any more sweetness, I've got a couple of sachets of sugar as well. And I've got some rocket just to serve it up with. And speaking of serving it up with stuff, it's got a bit of French brie as well there that I'll slice up and melt that onto the burger. Right, first thing I'm going to do is slice up some of these onions. I need to get the caramelised onion done before the burger, because then I can just warm that up as the burger finishes cooking. I've had quite a few people ask me about my knife that I use. This is a Opinel number 12. It's one of the first knives I bought, actually. I bought this when I was 13 on a school trip to France. Managed to sneak it back in a sock. So yeah, I've had this quite a number of years now, and it's been a brilliant knife. Absolutely love it. And it's perfect for chopping up vegetables. It's got a nice narrow blade, so you don't end up with the vegetables flying off in all directions. So yeah, great bit of kit. Can certainly recommend these knives. And they're not overly expensive either. Right, let's get these chopped up then. And it is possible to get these knives very sharp. They hold a pretty good edge too, really. Okay, so I've peeled all the onions, collected all the rubbish. I've carried it in, I'm going to carry it out. So I don't want to leave anything behind, even if it's just vegetable peelings. Right, I'm going to cut these fairly chunky on a fairly coarse sort of onion chutney. I've probably got way more onions than I need here, but this will keep for a few days if I've got any left over. Right, so that's the onion done. Time to grate this apple now. It's a bit of a fine grater. It's turning it to more of a pulp than a grating, but that's fine. It's going to work well in this onion. There you go. That's perfect. Okay, now they're ready to go. I like the Trangia. Right, I'm going to put the simmer ring straight on there. So I don't want these to cook too fast. Got to cook nice and slow so as they caramelise properly. You can add a little drop of oil as well. So we'll soften all the onions up first, and then once they're starting to caramelise, I'll then add the apple and maybe the sugar if I need it as well. Right, so I've got the onions simmering away over there. While I'm waiting on those, I'm going to start preparing the burgers. I'm going to start by just slicing up or dicing up very finely some of this chorizo. I'm going to go for about that much, I think, just for one burger. There you go, I think that's more than enough actually. I'm going to save that little bit for later. These onions seem to be coming along all right. It's starting to go a bit translucent now, so yeah, they're definitely softening. I'll give them a little bit longer though before I add the apple. I don't want to burn the apple by putting it in too early. Yeah, I took my eye off these a bit. It's probably a little bit hotter than I'd like. It started to catch on the bottom, but it's not too bad. They're nice and soft now anyway, which is good. So yeah, I think time to add this apple to it. I won't cook this for too long because I don't want the apple to burn. I just want it to just kind of infuse a little bit, really. Yeah, that seems to be cooking up nicely. I've just tried a little bit, and that apple's quite sharp. So to give a nice sort of caramelised sort of taste to it, I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar to it. I've got some of these sugar sachets just because they're easy to carry. Okay, we'll stir that in and give that probably about 5 minutes just to kind of melt down a little bit. And then I reckon we can set that aside and then crack on with the burger. Right, I think that's pretty much done now. It's starting to dry out a little bit, and I forgot my water bottle, otherwise I'd add a little bit of water to it. But yeah, let's see what that tastes like. That's good. Adding that sugar to it really made a difference. So yeah, we'll take that off the heat and yeah, start prepping up this burger. Alright, so this is a chorizo that I prepared earlier. Just going to use the bowl that I grated the apple into. There's no reason why that can't be stirred into the burger mix as well. I've got 500 grams of ground pork here. Typically I'd make 4 burgers out of this, so I'm just going to have the one for lunch. So I'm going to use about a quarter of the pack. So 500 grams is a pound of ground meat. So I'm going to have like a quarter-pound burger. Actually, it'd be slightly more than a quarter of a pound by the time I've added the chorizo as well. Because I've got the chorizo in there, it's a spicy chorizo rather than the mild one. You could use a mild one if you don't like spicy, but I like a bit of spice. Yeah, because I've got those spices in there, I don't need to add anything more than salt and pepper, really. There we go, that's fairly well mixed, so I can just use my hands and just make that into a patty now. Right, so I've got my patty prepared. I made it quite large because I think it will shrink a little bit. It shouldn't shrink too much because it's only 5% fat in the pork mince. But yeah, I obviously didn't want to make it too big that it wouldn't fit in my little pan. So let's get this lit and then we can get cooking. That oil is nice and warm now, so time to get cooking, I think. Yeah, that's looking like it's cooking about halfway through now, so I'm going to very carefully flip that over. Lovely, that is looking good. Okay, that's come along nicely, so I'm going to head over to the chopping board and prep my roll ready for it. Right, I've got a nice ciabatta roll there. Before I slice that, I'm just going to cut a few chunks of this just to put on top of the burger so as it can melt in while the burger cooks. we go. By the time that second side is cooked, that should have melted in nicely. Right, back onto this roll. Let's get that prepared and ready. Right, let's get that cheese out of the way. We'll have a good dollop of that chutney on there. Lovely. And I've got some rocket as well to go on there. Love this stuff. Really sort of peppery sort of taste to it. And I'm just going to chuck a bit more chutney on there as well. That looks good. Right, that burger's nearly ready. I think it'll be another couple of minutes. So yeah, nearly ready to get this served up. Right, looks like that burger's done now. Cheese has melted in a little bit. So yeah, I think I can put this in the bun now. Cool. There we have it. A pork chorizo burger with yeah, onion chutney. Right, time for the taste test, I think. Yeah, this looks absolutely incredible. So looks like the sort of thing you'd get in a restaurant, not in the middle of the woods. Oh, it's fantastic. Look at that. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Well, here goes. Really good. That was amazing. Love it. Yeah, that's why this is one of my favourites. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. It really helped me out. Anyway, thanks for joining us. See you in the next one.